Welcome back, my friends. This is Tony, and welcome back to more TTBurger game reviews as we continue my Rampage series review, which is episode 127, and today we're on episode 127, part 2 of 3. Those of you who missed what happened in the last part, which was part 1 of 3, I got you covered here. A TTBurger recap to show you all what you missed. In episode 127, part 1 of 3, I took a look at that Rampage World Tour, the PlayStation version, gave it a 7.5 out of 10 because of some problems with the graphics and that, like, a lot of the buildings you destroyed were very similar to one another and stuff like that, and like, there were certain problems that I had with it and stuff, but it's still a good game overall. Definitely worth checking out. I mentioned the N64 version too, but just that I recommend either of them, but like, for me, I recommend the PlayStation because like the controls the best and stuff. But now we're gonna be getting into the sequel, and this was released in like 1999, and it was the very first console-only game of the Rampage series. We got it right here. This is Rampage 2 Universal Tour for the PlayStation, once again by Midway. And Rampage 2 Universal Tour, I like this game. I think it's better than Rampage World Tour. Rampage 2 Universal Tour is definitely, in my opinion, the best Rampage game ever made. This time you're not going to be playing as Lizzie, George, and Ralph because they've been captured all over the world. But so now you're going to play as 3 new characters, Curtis the Mouse, Boris the Rhinoceros, and Ruby the Lobster. I'm playing as Ruby because she's my favorite character of the game. But now if you choose your character, you can choose who you want to save, George, Lizzie, or Ralph, and stuff. George is in the United States, Lizzie is in Asia, and Ralph is in Europe. So you gotta go save them. And after that, you watch this hilarious cutscene with this absent-minded, dumbfounded news reporter who does not know what he's talking about, and he's very aloof and stupid, and it makes the story go on and stuff. It's like, good evening, and welcome to the weekly news, and let's see here, ever since Scum Lab says creatures have been held captive, George in here in New York, Lizzie in Tokyo, and Ralph in London, and like that's basically how the story goes there, and then you find out that the 3 new monsters from Scum Labs escape, and you're trying to free your friends, and that's basically what the story is there. I mean, like, it's deeper than the other story. You won't see any Dr. Elizabeth Veronica or any of those characters from last time and stuff, but still, it's definitely a fun time. It's definitely a fun time, and like, it's definitely a great story. It's funny, especially with that dumbass news reporter who's always screwing up and acting dumb. It's definitely the best part, and like it's nice how they're able to put something funny like this in the game, and it works really well because the game is supposed to be like corny and stuff, not to be taken seriously, and then you start the game, and that's where we go. That's where we go from here. It's basically the same song and dance as before, to the fact that you've got some new monsters you play, like I said, playing as Ruby the Lobster. And you're basically just destroying stuff like last time. The difficulty is a little bit more challenging, so like that, because like they'll be like the army and stuff. They'll do anything to knock you down and stuff and all that and such. And the controls have been changed for some reason this time, which it was kind of a turn off for me. But still, once you get used to the controls of this game, it'll be no problem there and stuff. Is what I'm trying to say. And you spend the time destroying all the buildings and like eating people and getting power-ups and stuff for your health. And you also have a special move too, which like Ruby can do this like spin move that can make her like destroy certain walls and stuff. Then you have more food items, like you can get a pizza, a hot dog, a cheeseburger and stuff. And there's like more buildings to destroy. There's more variety in the buildings, but some of them can repeat itself as well. But they have a lot of big buildings too. Like you can go to Washington D.C. and destroy the White House and the Capitol building, and you can go to like other famous places too and stuff, like with London again with Big Ben and stuff, and Chicago with the Sears Tower and all of those places. And you can go to like many different places and stuff, definitely. And each time each place where you save someone, it's about like 25 stages and stuff. So and that's what you do. And there's also weather variation too. Like in the first game, it was either sunset or daylight in the morning and stuff, and nighttime. But here they got weather effects too. It can rain, it could snow, it could be dark out, it can be this and that, and a lot of weather effects too with the graphics. I know I'm kind of this is gonna be kind of different from like my other reviews, but this is the best way to do this here. And like I was saying before, the game's graphics are pretty much a little bit better than the first game's graphics. Like look more detailed with the characters and stuff, and like they look more detailed. Although the frame rate still kind of chugs a little bit here and there and stuff, it's not as bad as it was last time. But believe me when I say that the game looks better, and those cutscenes you have look fantastic too, especially the ones with the dumbass news reporter acting like a moron and stuff. And that's basically that. And of course, like the sound is definitely improved. Like the monsters have different grunts this time, and the music is much better. It's got some kick-ass rock music this time instead of like the generic repetitive music from last time and stuff. It's got better rock music. The voice acting is great, and like especially from that dumbass news reporter who acts so dumb when he talks. It makes the voice acting awesome. And of course, like the punches and the kicks and the sound that the buildings make you destroyed and stuff also sound great still. There's not much to say about the sound, but we'll talk about that there. Now we gotta get into the gameplay here, and the gameplay is this. It's an improvement over the first game of Rampage World Tour, I mean to say. And it definitely shows that like improvements were to be made. There are still some problems that are either new or holdover from the last game, but still there is a lot. This game is a lot of fun there and stuff. Like of course, like once again you're destroying buildings. You got some bonus missions too, which suck ass in my opinion, but that's just me. But I'll get to those later on. And you basically just do the same song and dance as before, destroy the buildings, and like eat the pedestrians to get health, and like get power-ups like a super punch, or you can breathe fire and start stuff on fire, or you can like do this and that, or just like you can be invulnerable for a limited time and stuff too, and like there's a lot of power-ups here and a lot of upgrades for your monster, and you also destroy more vehicles too and stuff, which also where you can like destroy trains, destroy boats. It's a lot of fun, definitely a lot of fun to watch these things blow up and get destroyed and stuff. But like, let's talk about the bonus missions here, and the bonus missions are the worst part of the game. These bonus missions suck. They're not really clear on how you beat them and stuff. Like one of them, you said you had to destroy a building a completely amount of time, and which seems impossible, and like you gotta jump to a certain distance to like get a high score and stuff. It's just stupid stuff. Isn't worth it, but you have to play them. It's mandatory to progress in the game and stuff. And you can only save throughout after every five levels and stuff. So if you're not good at this game and you die before you have to save again and stuff, you're going back to the save point or the beginning, and that's just the thing there. And like I said before, some of the buildings are still the same looking stuff. Like to have too many same looking building stuff. That's just me though. But overall, it's a fun game, definitely, and like I'm sure like there may not be as many levels and stuff, but the levels in this game are actually longer than they were in Rampage World Tour. So that is a plus there that they improved the length of the levels and stuff and made it more playable, more enjoyable and stuff. It still has some problems here and there, like I said, but it's still worth it. If you want some more Rampage and want a sequel to Rampage, you got it right here. And of course, I forgot to mention that like once you beat the game and you free Lizzie, George, and Ralph, you have to use a password to play as them, which kind of sucks. But I wish you could play as them even before after when you unlock them and stuff. But still, the main purpose of the game is to free them, and that's what the game is. So it's not that big of an issue and stuff. But yeah, and also to mention like there are times where the sound can be a little bit muffled, but that's very rare. That's why I didn't mention it and stuff. But that's pretty much all I gotta say though. My final thoughts here are, you're looking for some more Rampage extravaganza for the PlayStation, I definitely recommend Rampage 2 Universal Tour. I also forgot to mention that this game, you can play as 3 players in this one. I didn't mention that in the first game you can only play as 2 players, so multi-tap was not available and stuff. It didn't allow it and such, but still, this game is definitely improved on so many levels. It's not gonna get a perfect 10, but it's still gonna get a higher score than last time. Due to the complaints I have with Rampage 2 Universal Tour, I'll be giving this game an 8.5 out of 10. It's the best score I can give it, and it's definitely legally worth owning in your collection of Rampage games, definitely. And that's pretty much all I gotta say for episode 127, part 2 of 3. Stay tuned for the final part, episode 127 part 3 of 3. We'll be taking a look at the final Rampage game released on the PlayStation called Rampage Through Time, released in the year 2000, once again by Midway. And how does this game fare? You'll have to find out and see. Which all I gotta say is Tony, peace out, and have a great day, and see you all in the next episode.